Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? Um, Welcome to Evening Tea. We have so much going on behind the scenes because we get on here and we actually just gossip for about 15 minutes before we get on here. But again, you guys, it's Evening Tea. This already. It's like time is just flying, and I do this once a month, and we were only supposed to do it during COVID, but we enjoy it, and you guys enjoy it. And the last Evening Tea we had, you guys really had some really good, comments about one thing that I didn't even think about, and it was talking about self-worth when we were talking about, flying first class, because I was making fun of Kiki when I came on here talking about flying first class. You guys, thank you so much for joining us for Evening Tea. Please do us a huge favor and put it in the chat where you're joining us from. We would absolutely love to give you a shout out. And you guys can put your comments in, and we will definitely be monitoring the chat just to answer you back if you have any questions. And Evening Tea was started by me because, like I said before, some people have moved and stuff. We used to all get together for birthdays, anniversaries, unfortunately, deaths or whatever it was. And I am so blessed to have these women in my life that I call my sister friends. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us from Missouri on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. But anyway, and God has placed me around some women who are so smart, smarter than myself. They stretch me, they challenge me. And so I just wanted to bring what I have been blessed with to you guys. Linda, thank you so much for joining me from Wisconsin on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. And so far I have Tawan. We got some other friends coming. They running a little bit late, but my girl Tawani Wan is on here already. And so Tawan,
Hello.
yeah, tell everybody hello and tell everybody what you're drinking. And also, I want you to tell people what you have coming up, because she actually runs two companies that complement each other really, really well. So tell the people what you're drinking tonight, and also tell them what you have going on.
Tonight I am drinking aqua. I am refreshing and drinking some aqua. So, my body needs some water. So I'm drinking some water. Everything is a little quiet over in TLC Consultancy because I think in our last Evening Tea with Gail, I talked about how I'm rebranding. And so we're kind of quiet right now. We're doing some revamping. We're going to have a new look. We're changing some names to some things just so people will truly understand who we are and what we do. Tea Lover Cafe is always going on. We have 3 new teas that's out. One called Mango Blue.
Oh,
Mushroom
wow.
mango blue, yes. We have some dragon fruit, and we have some passion tango fruit. So Tea Lovers Cafe is doing some wonderful things. We're coming up with a fundraiser, how you can use Tea Lovers Cafe products for a fundraiser for your small business or things like that. So we kind of quiet because we're wrapping up, to get ready for a whole lot of new
And then
and
the
exciting
holidays are
things.
coming too, so that's going to be good. But you
Yes,
guys go to
yes.
Tea Lovers Cafe. I'm telling you, the tea is awesome, right? And I've had some people to ask me, "Do you just talk about Tea Lovers Cafe because it's good?" Listen, before Tawan started her tea company, I used to order tea from around the world. And one thing about me and my sister friends, let me just tell you, we are very open and honest with each other. And if it wasn't good, everybody on here would have told her, "Baby, don't do that. Keep that tea at your house. Don't sell it to nobody." And we're very open and honest. Not saying that we don't love her, but don't invest your money because it ain't good. And I'm a tea connoisseur, and I'm telling you, the tea is amazing. So go to Tea Lovers Cafe. She has red velvet. I mean all kind of teas. And I'm just telling you, the tea is really, really good. So I'm not hyping up anything because I have done stuff and they tell me, "Yeah, you're not doing that ever again. Okay. Or if I'm like, I want to do this, they'll tell me, yeah, that's don't do it. So I'm not pushing something that I have not tried and I don't buy myself. Okay. So to Juan, blessings on your rebrand, and I'm looking forward to it. But Tea Lovers Cafe, go to tealoverscafe.com and purchase your tea, because I'm telling you, I didn't even know about the new blends or whatever, but I will partake of them pretty
Look, I
soon.
got a secret to tell. Hey, Lisa, guess what I made?
What
What?
you did?
Some
What
fruity
you,
sangria.
Well, I was gonna say, don't say my favorite because that's for me. So yeah, so
Hi
y'all y'all
Lisa, how
y'all
are you?
won't like that one. Just leave that one alone. Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. I know you just finished doing double duty, but thank you so much for joining me. So tell the people what you're drinking tonight and what you have going on, because you got a lot going on.
I'm not drinking anything. I just got off the Power Shut Up podcast here, so I'm not drinking anything right now. I am trying to be good, so it will be water when I do grab something to drink, because I have some, you
Kim
know,
clapping.
medical. Yes, I know. I had some medical reasons why. Ain't nobody got time for that no more. So yes, I am doing well. Have lost a few pounds. Um, intentionally because I got work to do. But what I'm doing is I just launched the Power Shut Up podcast. I'm excited about that. And it's going well. We're talking about the Power Shut Up, so it could be no better than that, right? I'm making my way around TikTok. I'm learning these TikTok streets. Woo, child. Um, I'm trying. I have decided, and I think so far I'm sticking with it, that next Friday I will be going live on TikTok officially.
Oh,
I have gone live a couple of times when Lawrence took me for my birthday somewhere, but I didn't get on the camera and stuff. I was just showing the water. And that lasted about 10 minutes and I was done. But no, I am going to open it up. I met some wonderful people on TikTok that are showing me the ropes. So that's going to be kind of incorporated into the Power Shut Up. And other than that, I am working with Dr. Gail Crowder on. We have a casting call this weekend. She'll tell you more about it, but I'm working with her on the TV show. I'm excited about that. So yeah, just enjoying life and still enjoying my family. What the biggest thing about me is that I'm learning to balance family and business in a way that has become very comfortable for me. So I'm good.
That's
all
powerful,
right.
Lisa, though.
That is
That's
powerful.
that is powerful.
That is powerful. And the thing is that, we put so much stuff on our plates, and sometimes we forget to balance, and we forget to stop and smell the roses for all the fruit of our labor.
Absolutely.
And yeah, yeah, once I tell y'all what I'm drinking. But anyway,
Wait a minute.
Kim,
Okay, one more thing. One more thing.
yeah.
Gail already heard this, but y'all, okay. I know we've done these over the years, and y'all ain't never seen me with no glasses on, okay? So, confession. I was supposed to be wearing glasses 24/7 for the last 3, 4, 5 years. Don't judge me, okay? We're not gonna deal with the past, but the present is that I got several pairs of glasses. So if I gotta wear them, I try to get as cute as I can with them. But I have been wearing my glasses every day, so my family ain't scared to ride with me at night no more. Um, there's pluses and minuses to that though, because I was really enjoying being in the passenger seat and using that as an excuse. But no, because of medical reasons as well, I cannot play with nothing no more. So I am wearing my glasses, but hold me accountable. I told Gail, I'm telling y'all, if you see me without my glasses, don't mean I ain't gonna look at you crazy, because I'm like, whatever, I'll do it. But just say, aren't you supposed to be wearing glasses? But yeah, so now that you see the glasses is not to be cute, it actually is because I need to see.
See,
Amen. I'm so happy. Like I said, I wear these readers just on here because I'm on the can and on the computer a lot. But these came from the dollar store. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
no.
not there yet. But yes,
Sorry,
but
progressives
Lisa,
all
you're
day
doing,
long.
and
So
you did a
Team
good job
Progressive,
picking out some really good glasses.
thank you.
So, hey, Miss Kim, how you doing? And
I
tell us
am
what you're
well.
drinking and what you have going on. Oh,
My,
geez, she always got a big jug or something.
well,
What you
today
got?
I have a couple of like challenges going on. We have our holiday photo shoot that's coming up, and so we're kind of like gearing up for that for November. And so we're doing a Fierce Foundation challenge where the participants are on the foundational products of Herbalife, which is the healthy meal, the protein, aloe tea, some of your tabs, and one of the lines for the out of the skincare line to participate in the challenge, but also to gear you up for the get ready, the holiday photo shoot. So I've got that going on. We do a weekly women's empowerment call on Tuesdays, and I'm finishing up my own personal 21-day challenge.
Oh,
So
wow.
just a little bit going on, just a little bit, just a little bit.
All right. Well, if y'all want to be healthy and well, and call Kim.
You
Yeah.
said if y'all want to be healthy and well,
Yeah, everybody wants to be,
We
but
should.
y'all don't judge me. Tonight I did not cook, and y'all normally people who know me, I cook from Monday through Thursday, but tonight I did not cook because I didn't feel like it because I'm engrossed in getting ready for my casting call for my TV show on Saturday. So I'm really, really excited about. I'm so excited about it. So if you guys are in the DMV area, please, please, please come out on Saturday. It's at the Move Training Center. We'll be there from 10 to 4, and we would really love for you guys to come out and hopefully be cast on my television show. So I did not cook tonight. So what I'm drinking is sweet Southern sweet iced tea from Popeyes. Don't kill me, Kim. But normally I'm really good, but it's real good, and I needed that energy boost. And yeah, so I'm not gonna even try to act like it's good for me,
Yeah,
but
don't. Yeah, you just
it
drink
is
it.
really good
You
though.
just needed it
It's
for the
made with
moment.
real cane sugar. Is that good? Anyway, anyway,
Let it go.
but so you guys please come out. Like I said, this TV show has been a journey, and God is all the way in it. We've had some obstacles, of course, but God has showed up, and I believe He's going to show up on Saturday. So I'm really excited about it. You can go to my website, and the advertisement, with all the details is right on my homepage. You can go to any of my social media platforms, and it's on there as well. So enough about that, ladies. Y'all ready for some tea?
come on.
Let's go some tea.
Okay.
But this really disturbed me. And all of us have children, and even though our children might be older, God blessed me with two teenage girls. What, 6 years ago? Can y'all believe it's been 6 years I've been here? 6 years ago. And so, and that was a learning curve for Gail and I, right? Because we were used to dealing with boys, and you can do boys any kind of way, and they bounce back. The girls so emotional. I had to apologize to my mom all the way up in heaven for my behavior dealing with these girls. But anyway, there was an 11-year-old girl who was seduced by a man on the internet, and she was doing porn, sending him, he was telling her, guiding her what to do and all this stuff. She was putting on her mother's stuff and doing all this stuff and sending it, and her father just so happened to find out. He calls the police, not 911, but he calls the police to report what is going on because he was able to track down the man that was seducing his daughter. It took the Columbus, Ohio police 6 hours to get to his house. By the time they got to his house, the daughter was asleep. But on his ring, he went to the door. They said it was police. It was one male cop and one female cop. And if he recorded them, he was like, well, my daughter's asleep right now, but I do want to report this. I know who the man, I found out where the man is or whatever, and he seduced her. You know what the female cop says? Your daughter is the problem. Your daughter is the problem, and you need to put some more controls on her phone. There's nothing we can do because she willingly went and put those things on and sent him those videos.
So is she fired?
Well, they're looking into it. But my question to you guys, even though y'all have, well, to one, you have girls, but even though you have a girl too, Lisa, even though we have boys or girls or whatever, the child is 11 years old. That man was a grown man,
Took
right? And
advantage.
I can see how, as a parent, the police take 6 hours to come for one. Because, and granted, they didn't consider it an emergency. But and I didn't figure out where the man is. I see why good citizens take things into their own hands. I just want to ask y'all, how would y'all handle that? Y'all just looking at me speechless because I was speechless when I seen it.
Well, first, she's entitled to her opinion because opinions are like, buttholes, and everybody has one. So
This
she's
is
entitled
true.
to that.
This is true.
She might want to learn not to exercise and use it and voice it all
She
the
might
time.
want to learn to
She want
exercise
the
her
power to
power,
shut
shut
up.
up.
The
That's
power
right.
to shut up. Because some things, just because it comes to your mind, doesn't mean that you have to exercise. You don't have to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do know the child decided to do it, but she also was coached into doing it. She
Into
was
doing it.
persuaded into doing it, and she was told what to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would be livid as a parent. I would report the um,
Oh, he did because his ring recorded and he sent it to that, and I'm sure they're going to reprimand him or do whatever. But my thoughts are is this man has these videos of my child, and it was more than one. And then on top of it, he could, you don't know where he could post that stuff. He could post that stuff all over the world. You understand
Which
what
he
I'm saying?
which he possibly could. So that then
well,
the
and
charges
probably
would have to
has.
He
be
probably has already
exactly.
done
He
that.
probably already has done that. But the
That's
thing
Exactly.
is, the daughter
He has to
sent
be
the
charged as a
videos. He
pedophile.
didn't. The daughter
Mm-hmm.
sent the videos. See, so the problem is going to be he did while he was coaching and manipulating her. At the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, she is the one who almost committed a crime with sending child pornography.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Uh-huh.
I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
that's how the laws are kind of written. Unfortunately, so the parent is
Mm-hmm.
going to have to get a better hold and handle on that. But they need to go check out that person because he's a predator.
Yep.
She's not the first child. She will not
Nope.
be the last child. So y'all need to go check this out. See who else is sending him these type of videos
Yeah.
and try to trace and see where they're going. But I do want to say one thing about that female police officer. We're in a time when so many kids are being abducted and child trafficked. How dare you be so insensitive to a parent who called you? We know it wasn't a crime going on at the time. You took 6 hours to get here. But you know what? For you to be that insensitive, I don't even want you to have any training. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
But I wonder though, were the parents, was this and then police officers, were they white? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes that language comes in that space. Do you understand what I'm saying? That unfortunately, that language comes in that space. Well, that's your child. The question would be if the police officers were white and the family was white, that of the father.
They were both. Yeah.
Okay, so
Man,
and that's unusual that a police would.
Very,
That's
very.
unusual
Mhm.
that a police would say that
But
to
I don't
that.
care if
so
the people
it
was
don't.
I
leopard
know
or
it doesn't. No,
pretty.
no. I'm
Yeah.
not saying
I
that it
got you, but
matters. I'm not.
the
But
parent, the man is just. I don't care what she sent. I don't care. I don't care. She's 11
Years
years
old.
old.
exactly,
She's a
a
child.
child. Exactly.
And he is just wrong on the left, right, the right foot, the left foot, the third foot. I don't care. He's wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, the police officer is dead wrong
I
because I
know
would be scared to call her to a scene because she doesn't even get the importance of what just happened.
what just
If
happened.
you are to put the blame on an 11-year-old young lady in a
Mhm.
situation like this, there is something wrong
Wrong with
with
you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
got
I
to
can
be.
see how. That's why I say I can see how good people take the law into their own hand. Because if the father then found out his location and he want to get with him, then they're gonna arrest him. But his thing is, you violate my child. And Linda was like, a man who seduces a 11-year-old girl doesn't matter if she's on the internet, he is still responsible, and that is against the law. And I totally agree
Absolutely.
with you, Linda. I just think
Yeah.
when I seen that, my heart just went out. You know, I went searching through, give me your phones, just went, and they looking at me like, what's wrong? But my thing is that it's just, it bothers me. And like Tawan said, human trafficking, not just girls, but grown
Oh
women.
yeah.
When I was in
Grown women.
Vegas, this we was in Vegas for our anniversary. Every restroom I went into, it was a sign on the door. I don't know if you noticed that, Lisa, when you went in all of these hotels. If you are being human trafficked, please call this number. Please leave something or whatever.
Because
Everywhere you
that's been up for a while because it's been going on for a long time. But even in the hotel room, I mean, it's gotten so much worse. But it's terrifying on a whole nother level because now with human trafficking, they're not even waiting for opportunities.
nope.
They just walk. I mean, I saw one video where they walked right up to the woman standing right next to her child and grabbed her. Like when that's happening, these kind of remarks from people in a world where it's happened so blatantly like that is just pure ignorance. And it should be more than just a reprimand, in my opinion, because that's dangerous.
It is very dangerous, and like I said, with that father, he exercised a lot because I don't think Mr. Crowder would have, and
Right.
he knew where he was, and then you took
Exactly.
6 hours.
And
I
I'm
would have
supposed to
had
wait. I'm
hell
supposed to
trying to
wait.
keep him from going over there and handling the business, the whole
Yeah,
business.
that's
And I would have never told them I knew where he was. I would have just said I have a little bit of information. Maybe y'all can follow up. Because see, when he become missing, I don't want them to come looking at me because I done told you I knew where he was. Because let me be very clear, my 11-year-old child
let me
is
cover
no
my
hand.
behind.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take care of this, my 11-year-old child. Because let's be very clear, the law doesn't always protect us.
That's right.
No, it doesn't.
The law
It
does
doesn't.
protect criminals. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh well, yeah, I'm dealing with that on a different side already in Texas, but that's something totally different. But it is true, they do protect the criminals. But I just was appalled with that, and I was just like, wow, that was
That's
mind
awful.
blowing to me.
Just
All
awful.
Yeah,
right,
that's crazy.
let's get into something else. Now I listen. Y'all know I got a bunch of criminals and thugs in my family, and I love them. Right, one of the biggest thugs went on the glory, and I loved him to death. But I did not know this. Do you know your boy Trump, when he went to take his mug shot, that he sold $7.5 million worth of merchandise, starting ranging in between $15 and $35. You could get a mug, you could get a thermos, you could get a T-shirt or whatever. What I did not know, and I did not know this. Did y'all know this? That he don't once they take that mug shot, you don't own your own mug shot. That is it's owned by the state. Did y'all know that? Am I dumb?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Shut
Wow.
up, Tamar. I had no idea.
No bugs.
I didn't. Whatever, girl. I did not
confess,
know.
I
You
didn't
did
know
not.
anything about mug shots. So yeah,
Yeah.
you got me there. I wouldn't know.
I have never been in handcuffs like that kind of. I've been in other handcuffs, but not that
So
kind of.
are they coming after him for selling their property, their copyright property?
Yeah. So now, Fulton County can now sue him because they own the copyrights to his mugshot. Like I didn't know that.
That girl, she
I'm
is
gonna.
not-
And let me tell you
I'm gonna
this.
no comment. I don't get into too many conversations with but that's crazy.
But let me say this: they did a very good job of letting him sabotage his own
I'm
self.
not doing political.
No, but no.
I'm
I'm just saying they let him sabotage
that
himself.
you don't own your own mugshot. I thought it's a picture of me.
You didn't. Well, it's no different though when you go to a photographer. There's some
Yeah, I mean, you
photographers
didn't
that
take
you have to take a sound of release and say that you and they give you ownership of the pictures. They
Of the
took the
picture.
pictures. They owe the work. So it's really no different.
Yeah, you're right, but I just didn't think.
Well, guess what? And they allowed him to keep it up and do what he did for all their money, and they allowed him to sabotage
well,
themselves. So now they can just have
with
something.
those kind of situations, they let you do your thing, so they can get you to a certain level, and then they can do what they got to do. So,
because they ain't playing.
I wish my mugshot was worth 7.5, but I don't want that kind of mugshot. I don't want that kind. But I was just
no,
like,
thank you.
And I really don't want to be followed by them type of ignorant folks. So,
but
because why do you want to buy somebody mugshot? I mean,
that's ridiculous.
Wait a minute. But
ridiculous.
That's why this is so crazy, because it's like, who, what, why?
People,
Yeah,
you sold $7.5 million worth of you looking.
Yeah, I'm just so not impressed. It's like whatever.
But people bought it. But I think some people are looking at it as a piece of history. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, what's the next topic?
Yeah, next one. Yeah, that was a wasted 5 minutes. Come on.
Yeah. That's too much. That's giving him too much energy.
Listen, I really did not know that you don't own your own mugshot. I just really didn't know that. I didn't know it was on
Just look at it as a photographer owning their own stuff. That's all.
Whatever. I'm gonna make 5 points.
That's what it is.
Whatever. All right. Now I want to say this, and don't come for me, but I have seen so many people using AI photos of themselves on social media. And y'all haven't seen it?
Mm-hmm.
I have. I just want to know how you do it.
I don't know how to do it, but I tell you, those people don't be looking like those.
They have all these apps and things that can.
They don't be looking like them. Now I can see.
Look, I had a couple that I did that made me. I tried it 5 different times, and it kept making me look like a man. And I said, "Lies you tell." I don't know what picture. It's a picture that has nothing about my picture. And I said every time it came, it kind of scrolled over, and then the end result came up. I said, "What the hell?" Like, it's somebody else in the background.
Oh my goodness!
And it did it 5 times. I said, "Oh, this is some bull crap right here." No.
What you said, Lisa? Don't even try.
I said, "Y'all playing games right now." I said, "Oh, I know that's on purpose, because it ain't no way in heck that I might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but I know daggone well I don't look like no man. Y'all better stop." I ain't play with that one no more, because I was like, "Don't do that. Don't do that."
What you say, Lisa? I don't like that one.
Yeah, I was like, You know how some people post theirs and be like, I said, I'm not even doing that, because I was like, y'all are just wrong.
Yeah, I have seen them do that, and they use Morgan Freeman's body, Denzel Washington, and a couple of folks. And I was like, how do you really do that kind of? Not that I want to, but I'm like, how do you even do?
It's amazing. It makes you think.
It is amazing. It is what they can do. It is.
You never know who you're looking at.
I'm just here to tell you, artificial intelligence is going to take over so much that it's not even going to be funny. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to put people out of jobs. It's just going to
I'm sure. So have you all seen, and I can't remember, it was a guy on TikTok, and he was live watching this TV news something, and there were these creators of robots, and they had their, prototype sit next to them, and they were all different kinds. One was like bald headed, so you could clearly see there was a robot or whatever. One, the lady made it in the image of herself, and one was there that looked like a young lady. It was very lifelike, and was the seat. Let me see, because we sleeping on there. That thing was the CEO of a company. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you what caught me while I was watching it, because there was one morning I was watching it, and they were asking these the robots questions. And one of the questions, I hope I'm remembering it correctly, because it blew my mind. And I was like, y'all playing with fire right now, because the man asked the robot, do you believe? Should I believe everything that you say, or something like that, or some weird question? And the response from the robot was, it was like a generated response. Like, of course you should. I mean, something to the effect that told me that robot can do whatever it want to do. And really pretty much told you that I am programmed to bring peace to such and such. He gave some little robotic thing. And I said, if you did not listen to what that thing said, it says, this is what I'm supposed to tell you, but I can do what I want. If y'all didn't see that movie, Megan was telling you everything you need to know about what things. Once you get, think about what your laptop does to you when you on it it does what it wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it want to cut off in the middle of this show, that's what it's going to do. What you going to do? Nothing.
I'm just with AI. I was watching CNN and they had, a lot of the cyber kind of people, and they were saying, what are the fears of AI, right? What are some of the things that we should be afraid of? And they were saying that it has no limits, it has no limitations, right? And they're saying that we need the programmers or whoever have to get in front of them to build, like, shut off switches, because it continues to it's endless.
iRobot.
It continues to evolve, right? And nobody knows the full capacity of what these things could do, because it has been taught to think beyond us.
But everybody knows this. Y'all saw iRobot. When did iRobot come out?
That was
years ago. Over 20 years
ago. 20 years ago. They were showing you then. They couldn't. That was the whole point of the movie, that they could not be controlled. They could not.
Well, it's happening now, and that's the fear. They had the guy of Google and all of these big tech companies, and they were just talking, and it scares you. But and for me, I was just like, I've seen some people using those AI photos, and no shade to you, but it don't be looking like them when they show up, right? And we've seen some people who've been photoshopped, and then you see them in person and they far off. I'm not saying that everybody has, like, when I go, and I take my pictures, I do have a makeup artist that slayed me. Kim slayed me. Some other people have slayed me, but I'm recognizable, right?
They don't care though, Gail. People who use those AI things are very much aware that they don't look like them. They know. They have them that make you have muscles. I done seen people come on live, and then all of a sudden they was buffed, and I was like, wait a minute. when did that happen?
I didn't know you could use it on lives. See, I'm so far behind when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like, you can use it on, like, I don't even know how to use a filter in my pictures. I don't know. I don't even know what to do. You know how they were saying,
don't say anymore. Yeah, don't say anymore.
Oh, I don't.
I don't either.
I really don't. And I've been
portrait is one on the iPhones, but you can always go to Snapchat. Snapchat has
is fierce. Yes.
Multiple filters.
I don't even have a Snapchat.
When you but Snapchat doesn't. Also, when you do like on IG stories, there are filters.
Yes.
I'm doing the IG reel or whatever. You talking about.
You're gonna just get me how I am. Don't forget 2001
TikTok, when they're doing their videos, there's a filter. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Linda said, don't forget the 2001 Odyssey. The computer took over. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Well, y'all, look, let me tell y'all something. First of all, we really behind in even being astonished by what's going on, because now we got cars delivering our food. We got little robot dogs down in the cities that are delivering. It's already as a matter of fact, cars flying in the air,
hovering like the Jetsons.
Look.
Wow.
Well, it's
already been done. It's just that it's not been exposed like you can. But they've been working. This is not even, I'm telling you, 25 years ago, this was already in the works. And I've seen a couple of videos, and I think Lawrence pointed out that there were some videos, I think not here in the United States, but where they are, the cars will be off the ground, okay?
Well, the Jetsons did that for us. I'm not even trying
to.
The
Jetsons, you're right.
Did that for us. I mean,
you're right.
It came from somebody's but it's somebody's imagination. And what comes in your imagination, people taking it
manifest, which is true.
You got cars that are, with the Tesla, you got cars that which I just don't trust them. But they got cars that you don't have to do
Do
nothing.
nothing.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
The
I
Tesla
would
you
love
know,
does
that.
you know, Chris and them have both of them have Teslas, but they don't trust it to do all of that. But yeah, you know, I really
I
like
don't want it.
a standard car, right? I like to be shifting gears, and they stopped making standards, but they're saying they're bringing them back, and the reason why they stopped making them is because they didn't have the technology to be able to make them and have all of the doodads that we have in our cars now. But I just, like I said, I seen one lady. I met one lady live, and then I seen her picture, and it was like, no, I'm talking about night and day. I wouldn't have never, ever, ever, ever put like, we change our hair all the time. We gain weight, lose weight, but honey, it was like, if you would have said, Gail, give me 15 million, I'll give you $15 million to match this person up, I would have lost.
Hey, this is Catfish on on level 1000.
It is. It really is. And I just want people, I understand we want to look better or whatever. Get you a really good makeup artist or something. Don't.
That's old school. In a minute, nigga not gonna have no choice. I told Lawrence, I said, I don't want a car to drive. So I don't have that
I'm
kind of
scared
trust.
to even get a
But we're not
car
gonna have
that
a
has.
choice in a minute. It might not even be my lifetime, but we're not gonna have a choice in it.
I know we're going to come to a time, and they're working on it now, where there's not going to be pilots on the airplane. You do know that,
Absolutely.
right?
Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up.
It's not going to be pilots flying the planes.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I'm telling you now.
I need a human in case that computer mess up, because every computer messes up at one time.
Absolutely. But that's driving around the car is the same thing. It's the same.
You're going to have a pilot in the cockpit, but he will not be flying.
Oh, he won't be flying?
He will not be flying the plane.
He'll be flying with you. He just got a first class seat. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna want to fly on the ones where they still have real people.
One day that would not be the case.
Yeah.
I just want, if I gotta
one
pay.
One day your car won't need wheels.
Listen, look, that'll be the upgrade with a real pilot flown. I'll pay for that upgrade.
It won't be there.
Yeah, it will.
That's why you can't find a payphone now. It won't be there.
Well, where I grew up in the hood, there's still a couple of payphones.
I bet you they don't work.
But they still don't work.
No, they don't work.
Then they're obsolete. What good is a payphone that doesn't work?
Whatever, Lisa.
Next subject, huh? Go ahead.
Next.
Well, y'all, let me tell you what happened, and it's happening more and more and more. These Karens, and I don't know why they call them Karens, but when I tell you today, this happened to me today, I kid you not. I was coming from the Dollar Tree. I'm sitting at a stoplight. I'm sitting at a stoplight. I'm facing this way, right? Another lady sitting at on the opposite side. She's facing this way. We're gonna pass each other like this. We have the same exact car, same color, same model, same everything, like same car. I didn't say nothing to you. Know how you can see somebody got the same car. As she's passing by me, she just shoots me the finger and does me like this. Excuse me. She just shoots me the finger. I have no reason why. I didn't speak to the lady. I didn't wave to the lady. I didn't do. And I'm like, why did she shoot me the finger and stick her tongue out at me? And I was looking to see if there was any other cars around. It was no other cars around. She was going this way. I was going this way. And I have no idea. Kim, you acting like Chris.
My charger, my iPad is going out.
I'm like, why are you? Why? You know how you like? What made her lose it on me? I didn't understand.
She was having a bad day.
How dare you?
Who cares? Who even cares?
She really, I think the only reason I'm laughing because I think I had one of those moments because when we were in Vegas at the resort, we had come back from doing something, so we were dressed to go to one of the shows or something, and you come around the corner, a lady sitting there, and I came past, you know how you smile at somebody, you're speaking. But when I went to smile at her, she looked at me. She looked at me and rolled her eyes. So I was like, what? I mean, like what happened? And I went on over to the counter to ask for what I needed to ask for, but she was looking me up and down, and then she rolled her eyes. And I think what happens is, because I said something to Lewis, I said, people just I just think that there are some people, not everybody out there, but I think those moments are because some people are really angry that others have accomplished things, and even more than, because I think some people walk around thinking that this is my space, this is what I can do, and that people are beneath me. And then when there's a reminder that no, not just you, there are other people in the world who have done some amazing things, and they can rock this and they can do this, and it makes them angry, but they don't know that it hits them like that. Because I think when she was looking at me, she was really she was checking out my little shoes and going up. She gritted. She, as y'all, I don't know if y'all from DC, but she was gritting on me, and I caught it. But then she was trying to not let me see that that's exactly what she did. Had I not caught her looking me up and down, I would have really been confused. But when she did that, I knew when I continued to walk that I made her angry, because she feels like you're not supposed to have that. You're not supposed to be able to do that. I mean, I think that's what some people think, that you're not supposed to be able to do what I can do.
But my car is not new.
It doesn't matter.
My car is paid for.
It doesn't matter.
But let me ask you this. Why you care?
It's not that I care.
I mean, if that made her day and made her feel good. Because
it probably did.
Right. I mean, you will never know. Y'all had the same car. Is it even about the car? You could have reminded her of her mama who dragged her when she was 2. I don't know. You could have looked like the husband's mistress. You had no clue. You really have no clue unless you have a conversation to be like you said, Lisa, something wrong?
But right. I almost did that.
But you don't even want to have a conversation, because the thing is this. I don't know what your problem is, and I don't care what your problem is. The only time it becomes my problem is if you ever get in my personal and open your mouth and say something or reach out and touch me. Other than that, because it's your issue and I'm not going to make it mine. So guess what? Next time you see me and we going past each other again, Gail, and she do this again and do this again, and you just be like this.
But I was on the phone with my girlfriend Yvette,
but it catches
and I'm
you
like,
off
Yvette,
it catches
this
you
woman, like, literally, how you like, what? I understand she could have been held, but I'm just like, what made somebody just do that?
It's hating. It's another form of hating. But I tell you, because I really know what you're speaking to, and I think that's what I think that there are some people who are angry that there are other people that have been able to accomplish things, and they really, in their mindset, tells them that there's certain things that you all will not be able to do, that you all shouldn't be able to do. And the reason why I know that's very true is because even when my husband was working, and I think at that time we had a convertible top BMW or something, and when they found out that was his vehicle.
Who's them?
Clear people.
Well, I want to be clear. That's what
at the job, when they found out, because I don't want to say too much, but when they found out that was his vehicle, because he used to kind of park it over here, over there. When they saw one day it was in the parking lot or whatever, all of a sudden a notice went out to inform everybody that if you have a vehicle that's not such and such, please park it whatever way. He knew that was for him. But after that, what he decided was, I don't want them to know anything, because in their mind, really, I think things calculate in their mind. Like, wait a minute, because I think some people will go to, oh, we giving you that kind of money? Oh, wait a minute. Like, I don't hear and take it to this level. I don't even have nothing like that. So you definitely can't roll like that if I'm not rolling like that. It's hate on a whole nother level to me. And I think it catches you off guard sometimes because we're not in that space on a regular basis.
I'm not in that space
But when you
at
feel
all.
it, that's what it is. It's just kind of like you ain't supposed to be
I'm not in that space at all, and I congratulate people on their accomplishments.
But
like
everybody ain't like that though.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, just the other day,
she was just hating on you.
does anybody? I mean, has anybody experienced any like these Karen behaviors? Because one of my girlfriends, who I went to college with, who's Hispanic, they live in a really swanky area of Texas, and she said that they were holding like a quinceañera. I probably didn't say that right, for one of the nieces, and they was utilizing the pool, had paid for the community center pool, all this kind of stuff, and this lady went straight off and told them that they need to get back on their boats, and just went off on them. And me and her was having a conversation. She's like, yeah, I had never experienced this in my life. And she's like, I know you guys don't live here and you can't afford to live here and all this kind of crazy stuff. And then the internet is full with this stuff. And my thoughts is, for me, I guess I can't understand, and I understand racism. So don't think that I'm removed from that. Right. But I was raised, and I also think the military did a really good job. My dad been in the military and then moving, my husband been in the military, and Kim can attest to this, that we have friends from all over and from all walks of life, right? And y'all all do too. I just don't understand why now that, and growing up in Texas, I did not face racism until I moved to North Carolina. I had I mean, I knew that it exists. Don't think that I didn't, but my family was so intertwined and so,
I think it's just your personal experience. It's been around all my life. I mean, it's not anything new.
I'm not saying it's something new.
But it's the same. It's not even more to me.
I never personally experienced racism until I was working at the mall in North Carolina, Jacksonville, North Carolina, and the Grand Poobah of the Ku Klux Klan came to see why I was in his mall. I had never faced it in my life. I had seriously. I knew that it exists. Don't think that I did not know that it existed. I just never personally had somebody to come into the mall and tell me to get out of his mall.
But I think that is the exception.
Okay.
And I could be wrong, but I think
I agree with you, Lisa.
That is the exception, because I think that I just think that some people just, depending on where you were, like you said, you weren't exposed to it. But for me, I met them as in the seventh grade. I met them in full gear.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but it depends on your location as well.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't until I went to Georgia that I experienced it on that level. Before then, I think I just wasn't exposed because I did go to school around all sorts of people, and I was in Washington, D.C. So I didn't see it until I went to Georgia, but it was seventh grade. So I think it's always been there. Just depends on how you move around. And some people are more protected from it for whatever reasons. Unfortunately, I experienced it at a young age. But yeah, I think that you are probably more of the exception rather than the rule.
Hi, Denise. Hi, Sissy. How you doing?
Tell my brother now.
It is more prevalent.
It's more prevalent. So let's be clear.
I think it's just more. I think that we just see it more because we have TikTok, we have this, we have that. But to me,
we had a president that made it very obvious.
But to me, when I lived in Georgia, this ain't everything that I'm seeing. I saw the whole time I was in Georgia, so it's not even like more for me. When I moved down there, I saw it all the time.
I'm being honest with you. I did not face it like blatant. Did I know racism existed? Absolutely. Don't get it twisted. I did. And but like I like I said, like Kim said, and like you said, and like Tawan said, I believe that the it was like this door was open 8 years ago, and it is just has caused so much tension, right?
But
and
I
and
think
and you see it time and time again with all of these viral videos. It was one young lady who was, yeah, I guess over a working at a post office, and this one lady came in to get mail, and the mail, they didn't have her mail. She literally lost it on this African American woman, and all she was saying was, ma'am, we don't have your mail, because I guess she had directed her mail, moved and directed her mail or something like that. I didn't get the full story because it was on, like a social media platform. But the lady ran it and raved and went off. She told her that she was going to get in contact with Trump and see what Obama ain't going to, didn't do nothing for you guys, and ain't going to do nothing, and you're not equal. And she went off on this lady, and then she drove off and backed up and told her, and I haven't had my hair done in 5 years, and who's doing your hair, and how can you afford it? Like, all of that had nothing to do with the lady's color. She had some personal issues, but it continues to happen more and more and more and more. And the reason why I brought that up today, because I was sitting at a stoplight, just noticed the same car, and I got the business. Of course, it was not an exchange, but for somebody to shoot you the finger and stick your tongue out over a car, and I'm just thinking, like the one say, it could have been something totally different, but it was nobody else around but us passing like this.
I've gotten that. I've even, when I was pregnant with my daughter, working at Pace. If I don't know if y'all remember Pace, but it was just like Sam's. It was like a warehouse, and you buy. And my belly was out to here, and it was closing the cashier drawer for me. That's how pregnant I was. But it was those. That's why I'm saying it was at a young age for me. But even then, those things were happening. It's just that we weren't pulling out our phones then. It wasn't a cell phone world. But what was happening was, there were little incidents like when I was doing you. Clearly, the man, when he was paying, he was putting his money on the top of the cash register. Well, I picked up on that. That's what you're doing. So I decided that I was going to, when I gave him his change, I was going to I was testing him actually. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place his change in the same place that he placed the money. And if he doesn't mean anything by it, then he will not be offended. And if he does mean something by it, he's going to lose it. And absolutely, he lost it. When I put that money up there, his face turned red. He started hollering and screaming, and how dare you, such and such and such. Of course, I was younger then, so he got the business from me instead, because I was pregnant and ain't had no time for that crap. I said, well, I know what you were doing, and I wasn't really particularly wanting to touch your hand either. So let's do this. So my manager had to come pull me off the register and say, go calm down. I said, don't come for me. No, I'm just telling you to leave. But it was even happening then. I just think that now we're seeing it all over the place, but it was happening. I wish somebody did have a phone, because I would be replaying that, saying, this is what you do when. Because I think that they just think they're smarter than the average bear, and you're not going to know that that's what they're doing. So you probably run across it and did not realize that that's what it was. You just
I guess, like I said, I didn't live a sheltered life. I think we just had, our neighborhood was so integrated. And so, like I said, and even to this day, I have friends all over the world, right? Because of the military. And so I see people for who they are, not their color. And so for me, that's just Gail though. And I'm not negating anybody's experience. I just
don't think it's military related. I'm just saying that
it's everywhere.
Yeah,
it is everywhere. It is everywhere. Hi, Spencer. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us from Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. I just it just was really, really, really crazy.
Sad, though. Yes.
The last thing I want to talk about, this is Kiki texting me. Are y'all done?
I hope we're gonna talk about Tyler Perry.
Huh?
We're not gonna talk about Tyler Perry and his.
Well, you could talk about him. Talk about because I didn't have it on my notes.
No, what's your last thing? Go ahead.
No, my last thing is Real Talk Kim.
Ooh, let's hear that. Go ahead.
Did y'all know that Real Talk Kim is divorced?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Who's Real Talk Kim? Where am I been? Where have I been? Who's Real Talk Kim?
She's a minister, right?
She's a minister.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she done changed her whole entire look. Like I didn't even recognize her.
Mm-hmm.
I used to know her for that
the
she
short
used to,
haircut,
she
the
remind
big
me
glasses.
she used to remind me of like Cyndi Lauper kind of thing with the tutus and like she was with a jacket and her little spiky hair and I was scrolling through and I'm like, who is that? That's her. I didn't even know she was divorced. Look, I'm so far behind. She done divorced on the low and she dated somebody else and she didn't transform her hair all down her back now. I'm sure them probably clips because she can grow her hair that quick because she can.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know her. I'm sorry.
You don't know who Real Talk Kim is? Oh,
I sure don't.
But I was just really, really shocked
I don't know.
that she is divorced and it was done on the low. How did you know, Kim?
I saw it on. She was interviewed by Willie Moore Jr.
Oh, really?
On his podcast, and she talks about being divorced. I don't know if this is her first or second time.
Wow, but I just know she according to what I found out, she divorced because he was supposedly cheating on her. But it just blew my mind because it seemed like they were so happy. I never heard. Denise said she ain't never heard of her either. Lisa,
I don't have a dog in this fight. I've never heard of her.
You never heard of Real Talk?
She's a good minister. She's really good. But if you follow her, you listen to some things. I knew she was divorced before probably she even said it because her language started to change about certain things and what she wasn't saying so much of that she used to say. And that's good because people can do that. Sometimes, putting all your stuff out there, you have to pull it back sometimes because people be all in your business. But as I continue to listen, I said, I think she might be getting a divorce or something like that. And then I read somewhere that she had got divorced and I was like, well, that's what I thought. And it was a slow walk, but it was good because she kept people out of her business. She did what she needed to do, and it is what it is.
No, no shade to. I just, how you just shocked because that was like you said, Tawan. She did a smooth transition. It was no fallout, no. You know how usually they get,
no gossip, no.
Yeah.
Or she managed the gossip well enough not to come to the mainstream.
Not to the mainstream.
Like Jeannie Mai and her husband get, that's all blasted all everywhere. Everything all blasted, but and usually it would have been bigger, just sort of like Megan and her husband, Megan Good and her husband,
and Devon,
because they were in the ministry kind of moment. You see what I'm saying? So she handled that thing. I just want to say hats off to you. No shade to you at all, but I just was like real shocked about that. But y'all already knew that. I was real like Real Talk can't. That no wonder, because like you said, she did a total transformation.
She changed her whole look. That's what also made me think about it too, because I was like, okay,
something was going on.
She did some different stuff with her hair,
her
way she dressed, and her whole demeanor
has changed.
She was moving like a single woman.
Yeah. Okay.
So to speak. Yeah.
Girl, I didn't even recognize. I had to scroll down her timeline just to make sure that was still the same, because she looks totally different.
Totally different. Yeah.
Totally different. You can look her up, Lisa. Lisa, like
I'm not. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. One last thing I have on here.
I gotta.
You gotta go. Go ahead and go.
I've
Bye.
got a meeting. Love you.
Thank you so much. All right.
You're welcome. Bye.
But there was one, and I don't know if this is real or not, but have y'all seen that video of a parent, an African American woman parent walking into a classroom, a high school classroom, and they had a LGBTQ plus flag, a pride flag up there, and she snatched it down? Did y'all see
Yeah,
that video?
well, let me say, Denise says the makeover always come after separation and divorce. You are absolutely correct, Denise. Sometimes a makeover does come after that, and sometimes people free to be different, free to be who they are. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because sometimes, especially since she was in a minister in the church, so sometimes you just some people play the role that people
Yeah.
expect them
Yes.
to be when
That's
they're
true.
in that type of role. So, but she
Yeah.
looked good. I will say that she do look good.
She does. She really does look good. But I just, like I said, she did such a transformation. I didn't even recognize her, and I'm just being honest.
So,
But
Gail, yes, I did see that video where the parent went in. She was quite upset. She
yeah,
snatched the flag down. She threw it in the trash, and she said, "You are here to teach our children history, and you
yeah,
need to teach our children all of the history. And you being very biased." And
yeah.
it was a very interesting video. I
Uh-huh.
never saw the end though because
I
it kind
never
of
saw the
it
end
just
either.
kind of
Lisa, are
dragged
you
out a
familiar
long
with what we're
way.
talking about?
But
It
the
was
teacher was like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
teach
don't.
what I want to teach, and you don't tell me what I should teach. But the
teach.
truth is, you should be teaching all history, not the history you think you want our children to learn, or history to manipulate our children, or misguide and misinformation to our children, not to know what all the history is, because we play a part in history. Okay.
Well, let me give you the background. How the video starts is is they kind of pan and show these kind of adult children, so you could tell that they're in high school at least, right? And there is a pride flag that is up behind the teacher talking, right?
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, a parent walks in
No,
and
I get what you were saying. Yeah, I'm good.
she snatches the flag off, and her and the teacher go back and forth, and she's like, "You're here to teach history, not this mess." And she throws the flag in the trash, and they go back and forth. And her thing is, "I'm teaching my son to be a real man, not this stuff." And she just and she said, "You need to be teaching history. That's what you need to be teaching, history." And the video, and it goes back and forth, but then it goes off, so you don't see the resolve of
Mhm.
that, right? And at the end of the day, even if she was, and I'm going to say this, I have learned so much, and I'm not even lying, and I'm 55 years old, from TikTok, from Facebook, and from Instagram about history, African American history, and just history in general. I had no idea of how many things we have invented, and how many things that was never taught to me. And I'm being honest, it's mind blowing, the amount of history that has been taken or not taught in these schools. So I could see how the parent was upset, because I'm just assuming that she felt that that teacher was pushing that particular
Agenda.
those people's a particular agenda. I don't know if it was Pride Month when the flag was up. I have no idea, because it doesn't give you that background. But what I am saying is that these children are not being taught real history. They're not, right? Because my girls, when I ask them stuff, they have no clue. My kids don't even know what a checkbook looks like. They don't even know what a check looks like. They don't even know how to fill out one, right? Just all of those little basic things. Not saying that people like, yeah, nobody write checks no more. Some people still do, right? And they don't even know how to balance a check. They don't even know some of the basic skills that we had to learn. Zero.
Parents are the first teachers and the main teachers of children. I agree with Linda. You're
I,
right, Linda.
I agree with it too, but it is they're spending more time in classrooms than they are with us. So something is not right. And now, from my understanding, they're teaching to pass tests. They're not teaching for them to retain.
Of course. Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
Just,
'cause
that's been for a while too, though.
yeah. And
Unfortunately,
that's how states get money. That's how
yeah.
states get money for education and
Unfortunately, it's been like that for way too long.
right. But I mean, when you have states like Florida who want to take books out of schools, and they're not the only state, so education is no longer important. Period.
It's not.
but
Um,
we got to realize this is the generation coming up behind us. I have no idea. Gary, it's going to be a mess.
well, Google can teach them.
Well, let me tell you something now. Um, I
Shut up, tomorrow. You talking about Google could teach
I
you.
don't know that we might have that a little twisted, because I will tell you, some of these young 4, 5-year-old kids, they are way more advanced than we ever were at 4 or 5. Even their vocabulary, they know things that, I mean, I'm just telling you, I am astonished with some of the things that come out of Cam's mouth, and it's coming from, I mean, and I'm not even gonna
Technology,
say,
though.
it's coming from some good programs that are out there on YouTube or, the internet for these kids, but it's so advanced, where 3 and 4-year-olds know what an excavator is and know how energy is pulled through the house through solar panels and things like. I don't mean no harm, and I'm not trying to put me down, but at 4 years old, I wish I would know about. We ain't know none of that stuff. So
But we didn't have the technology that we
but that's
have.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. They
so
have that
they.
now. So eh, it might be, it might be a bad thing on the other side of this, because they are way more advanced and
But
exposed to
truth
so
be
much more.
told, Lisa, I think it needs to be a balance because these children don't even know how to function.
Of course it should,
They
but
don't
what I'm
even they
saying
don't
is,
even know how to they don't even know how to write what they don't even know how to
but
to
Gail,
write in cursive. They don't know how to do that.
but what I'm saying is that what you would call, or what we would call, a balance is no longer the same balance. So, some of the things that we would use as balance, they're never going to see. They're never going to be exposed to the same way. So, what's going to be a balance for them is the technology you see now, and them cars flying in the air. So, their balance is going to look totally different than what we see as
Lisa,
balance.
technology is a gift and a curse, which is true.
Yes, but I mean, you think about kids that will never know, like we talked about the payphone. They don't even know. They would never even know what it looked like. Okay, they'll see it in a book and be like, "What did y'all do with those?" Or y'all seen the video where the mother gave the little girl $10 to go put gas in the tank, and she tried to stick it in the gas thing over
Mm-hmm.
and over and over again, and the mother
Mm-hmm.
was like, "What are you doing?" And she
Mm-hmm.
was like, don't just go in here, go inside and give them the money. But that's because these kids
Mm-hmm.
are on some different stuff. It didn't even make sense to them. Like, what?
But and I get that, and because they're way more advanced. They have way more opportunities and exposed to things that we were not. Just like we were exposed to different things than what our parents were. But it is up to our parents. Now, if I'm gonna tell you to go get some gas and you don't know how to do it, whose fault is that? Is that the child or the parents for not saying, "Baby, how you go get some gas, go in there and tell them to put it on this number." The child is not used to going to get gas. Why would you have a level of expectations that the child does?
Well, no,
But
this
I
is
am
the
going to
first
say, with
time.
all this technology, though, I watched something, and the lady said the other day, she said her son went on a interview, and
Mm.
they asked him for his social security. They asked him for his social. He said Instagram.
Oh yeah, I've seen those
But we're
videos.
doing our kids a disadvantage for not, because there's
I've
some
seen the
things that
police
we just
officers say
did.
that.
Technology
Yeah.
can't do everything for us. But you're right.
No, I'm not
They
saying it could,
expose.
but it I mean, I hate this phrase, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying that it's right, but on some level we won't even, and it is up to the parents. But even with this young lady I'm talking about, it wasn't that the young girl had not, wasn't exposed and hadn't seen her mother do it, but her mind just went to easy does it. I can stick it in here. The less, I'm gonna do less, and then I'm gonna get more. Like, all of a sudden, voila, I was gonna have a whole full tank of gas, because they're, sometimes they can be a little lazy. And she was trying to point out to her that you're not even paying attention to your surroundings. So it actually was a teachable moment that the mother was taking, is what I was trying to say. She wasn't just throwing her out there. She was trying to teach her that,
Yeah.
you need to pay attention. You're the only person trying to stick a dollar up a
No,
what?
but like I said, we take all of these things for granted, and it is. I believe that life is a class, a
Yep.
classroom every single day. I
Right.
learned today that Yeah, that lady was mad about my car. I'm thinking it was about my car. Like
Talking
someone
about our
say, I could have reminded her of one of her husbands cheating on her. I don't know. It was just crazy. Today, you just gonna stick your finger up at me and lick your tongue out as you go past me. I
You
just
lucky that that's all she did, because they
I am
do.
lucky, Linda said parents need to go to board meetings. I totally agree.
Yep.
My mom was part of the PTA. I'm sure I don't even know if they have that
Yes,
anymore,
they
but
still have
yeah,
PTA. Yeah.
learning about payphones and checkbooks is pretty redundant now. Yeah, I guess it is, Denise. But again, I just my job as these my boys are grown, but they know how to do those basic things, but I'm trying to work with the girls just so they, if they were ever presented with having to fill out a check, that they wouldn't be upset or be taken aback by that. I just think you should at least try it one time, right? Be
Absolutely.
exposed. And growing up I was exposed to many of things, and my mother and my grandmother and my aunt was always like, Gail, I want you to be able to operate in the hood, and I want you to be able to operate in the White House and anywhere in between. And I'm
Right.
so grateful that I had those experiences. And I've been able to go to uh, you know to both, right? And
Right.
so I'm grateful for that. And you ladies, thank you so much tonight for joining me for evening tea. All you guys on my YouTube and Facebook, I thank you guys for joining us. We just get on here and just be real and have a great time. Please check out Tawan Lowe's Tea Lovers Cafe. Please tune in on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the power of Shut Up with Miss Lisa Dub Washington. She's doing some amazing things. And if you're in the DMV area, please, this Saturday, please join us for my casting call for Dr. Gail's Love, Sex and Marriage casting call. I would absolutely love to see you guys and hug your neck. I appreciate you. I'm looking because I got some messages. I just want to make sure.
And
Um,
just yeah, I would just add, what's that flavor that they probably should need to stay away from?
If I tell them, then they're gonna flock to it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Shh. Okay.
y'all can buy any tea you want to. Lisa don't own
I'm gonna
no
buy
tea.
it all up. They could try.
Yeah,
They
yeah, but she has some really good flavors on there. Tea Lovers
Yeah, I'm
Cafe.
gonna buy it all
If
up.
you want more about the casting call, please go visit gailcrowder.com. I love you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in once a month for evening
Yes.
tea. We be having a good time on here. We'll see you guys next month. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for Wife Chat.